one that brings the booster home. Jacklet is central to how we make New Glenn reusable. The whole idea is launch, land, and repeat. Jacklet is the land part. It's the floating platform that stations itself hundreds of miles downrange from the launch site, and it waits for the booster to come back and then makes the trip back home with the booster on board.
The Jacqueline is the landing platform vessel where New Glenn will come down, land, and we secure it and bring it back in.
She's 380 foot long, 150 foot wide. She's a self-propelled vessel. We are the recovery side of the operation. This is where GS1 can land, and actually that feather is a center point.
We have to leave 4 days before launch. We check all our equipment, and we ensure that everything is working, everything is fully functional. We transit for 300 to 400 miles, depending on how far the landing location is. And once we get there, dynamic positioning allows the thrusters on board here will hold this in position within a range of about 10 feet.
We'll have a couple small changes of the Jacqueline. They're going to feed us new coordinates, right? So we might move 500 yards this direction, a little that way, but we're generally in the area. And right up to like 45 minutes or an hour before that's our final position.
When the booster lands, the ROV will come up. Once it's mated with the booster effectively, we'll start pumping high pressure nitrogen into the booster, which will allow the detanking process to continue to make the booster inert and safe for us to operate on.
These are the transit stands. These are what we actually use to secure GS1 to the deck. Each one of these units is individually controlled. We'll have 6 different operators operating them out under the vehicle, and then we're able to lock out the stands, which basically rigidizes GS1 to the LPV deck and allows us to bring it home.
The complexity of what we do out here is pretty important because we operate in such an isolated environment. We're hundreds of miles offshore. We're relying on satellite communication.
The one thing about working on the ocean and in the elements, we fight it. It never wants to work with you. The best you can do is just get along with it. I hope people understand how important reusability is to this program. Us being out here and allowing us to retrieve these vehicles and bring back and reuse them, we reduce the cost, we reduce pollution.
My favorite part of being in Team Blue is how everybody works together as a very cohesive group. This is really, really rewarding just to kind of see everyone marching together towards one successful landing operation.
And it's so great to be able to share everything we know about Jacqueline with you guys, because I actually got to go out on the Jacqueline, and I can tell you they are a very succinct team, and they're very proud of the work that they do here at Blue. We're very proud of them, certainly as part of Team Blue. You are looking at New Glenn out on the pad. This is NG3. We're L-minus 7 minutes and 10 seconds. The countdown continues as we get closer to launch. We are going to throw it over to that beautiful rocket and just sit with it for just a moment, because this is a beautiful day and a great day to launch. You're looking at New Glenn out on the pad. This is NG3. We're at L minus 4 minutes and about 30 seconds here. Now, in these final 4 moments that are coming up, New Glenn is switching to its fully autonomous mode, meaning that the flight computer takes over and people on the ground stop commanding it directly.
This is where we hand off to Patrick Moore. He's inside mission control. We talked to him earlier. Now he's going to take us through launch and landing.
Yeah, we do not understand the full impact, whether it's full loss of the functionality or redundancy therein.
All right, we've got Team Blue across the United States. We're talking Kent, Washington, Launch Site 1 in Texas, of course, Huntsville, Alabama, with a live look at NG New Glenn out on the pad for NG3. We appreciate everyone getting up early, especially our friends out on the West Coast. It is early for them. You will be able to hear from Patrick in just a moment. We're at T-minus 3 minutes into the launch of NG3. Big shout out to you guys. We love you, Team Blue. There is New Glenn. Again, the countdown clock is ticking. T-minus 2 minutes and 40 seconds to launch. Shortly here, you should be able to hear from our Patrick Moore, who is inside mission control.
T-minus 2 minutes. AFQ capacitor charged. T-minus 130.
You can probably hear our Patrick Moore just faintly. He just said T-minus 130.
Power internal.
T-minus 60 seconds. Rock report range status.
In this last minute here, they've started up the hydraulics on the forward and aft. You might start to see the engines gimbal. The rest will happen very much so in rapid succession. And then the next 15 seconds, we could be seeing what we call big water, which is the water deluge. You can hear New Glenn coming alive out on the pad at T-minus 30 seconds.
GS1 at flight level.
GS2 at flight level.
Yes, this water deluge system that Tabitha just mentioned is turned on, and the system provides acoustic. When turned on, it will provide acoustic suppression to protect the vehicle from shock waves. And also to cool the launch pad. There we go.
2.
Big water.
5.
We're at T-minus 3 seconds.
Provide first motion time for Transition time 11:25:01.
And New Glenn has cleared the tower. As you follow New Glenn's journey along, look to the bottom of your screen. You can see telemetry there, as well as our time clock.
Audio saving complete.
GC OSM perform post-liftoff fire inspection suite using LC36 command cameras.
Great shot looking back from New Glenn as it soars to the sky. We're about a minute into flight.
Soon the vehicle will reach maximum dynamic pressure, which is the point at which the pressure on the vehicle is at its highest.
1 minute, 6 seconds.
Beautiful shots from New Glenn.
Body raising was nominal. Data quality was good coming down
Back
from
a
the
little bit
vehicle.
now.
Yeah, starting to come in. It looks like it's right down the middle of the corridor.
Trajectory is nominal. Plus 1 minute, 20 seconds. I'm passing Mach 1.
Oh, we can feel the rumble here in the studio.
1 minute, 30 seconds into flight.
Back to you.
Passing max Q, maximum dynamic pressure.
We have passed max Q. That means the vehicle is supersonic.
Bringers look good at full thrust. 1 minute, 45 seconds in.
You can hear everything's looking good.
Now 11 kilometers downrange. Traveling at 1 kilometer per second.
Traveling 1 kilometer a second. I apologize here. I'm repeating a bit of what Patrick's saying because it sounds a bit low to us. It might sound low to you.
2 minutes, 10 seconds in, less than 1 minute to go.
Less than 1 minute to Miko, which is main engine cutoff.
Acceleration profile continues to get good.
Wow. About to pass 2 minutes and 30 seconds into flight.
Good.
Trajectory is good.
30 seconds in.
LDO
30
count
seconds to Miko.
Go.
About 30 seconds to Miko.
Secondaries observed.
LDK.
Body rates continue to look good throughout boost phase.
A lot of things are going to happen really quickly. We're going to have Miko, main engine cutoff, followed shortly by stage separation, and then payload
10 seconds,
injection.
Miko.
Let's take a look.
2 minutes, 55 seconds into flight.
LDGC, no anomalies from the ground systems.
Standing
LDK.
by for Miko.
Stand
And we have
by.
Miko.
Miko confirmed.
Sorry, correction, now we have Miko. Body rates
We have
nominal.
Miko.
And
Separation.
You're looking down at the two BE3Us.
we have ignition and full thrust on both BE3 engines.
You hear the cheers?
In on both BE3Us.
That's Team Blue you hear, by the way. Everything's looking nominal. GS2 ignition in full thrust.
We have payload fairing separation.
Just over 4 minutes into flight. That beautiful blue marble. We can hear that everything is nominal. We've got our long range cameras out on the booster. We're hyped too. While it is a little loading here, Patrick, Alice, you want to walk through what's about to happen now?
Yeah, so GS1 will hit apogee very shortly, or might already have. Then once that is confirmed, the booster will begin its descent back to Earth.
All right, we have confirmed apogee. The fully reusable booster will start its descent back, as Alice just said, heading towards Jacqueline, which is our landing platform underway about 375 miles from here.
And then we'll have the atmospheric reentry, the landing burn, and in about 2 minutes, 3 of GS1.
And something that's about to happen here, the booster will go through those burns. The first is about 20 seconds long. The second burn will be at atmospheric reentry.
GS1 continuing through its turn. Body rate's nominal.
Passing 6 minutes into flight.
6 minutes into flight. 1 minute remaining in engine ignition.
1 minute remaining until engine ignition.
You're looking at a long-range camera.
Continues to look good.
Everything's in.
3 continues to look good.
That little dot in the middle of your screen, you're tracking.
Pressures continue to look good. Body rate's nominal. 6 minutes, 35 seconds into flight. GS1's completing its exo turn. Body rate's numbing out in pitch, yaw, and roll. Data quality continues to look good. Standing by for GS1 engine ignition.
Stand by for GS1 engine ignition.
Now passing 7 minutes into flight. And we see
There's a shot of
ignition.
Jacqueline there. Past 7 minutes into flight.
GS1. Chamber pressures look good. Body rate control looks good.
Ignition on all 3 engines on GS1.
Standing by for GS1
Again.
to go shortly. GS2 engines continue to look good.
There's 2 engines continuing to look good. We have our Patrick Moore inside mission control, and we are repeating a bit of what he's saying, just because it's a little difficult to hear. Awesome. We have the GS1 booster reentry burn complete. And next up, we will see the landing burn. The vehicle is reorienting itself.
Passing through GS1 descent execute.
GS1 descent execute. Beautiful.
Oh my
shot.
gosh.
GS1 there.
GS1 engines.
8.5 minutes into flight.
GS2 is now halfway through burn.
About 30 seconds away from that landing burn. Sounds like the engines look good.
Three good engines on landing burn is what I'm hearing from Patrick.
Are they changing GS1?
They are.
Low level clouds. Here we go.
Oh my god.
I'm hearing cheers of a touchdown.
I think touchdown is.
We see a lot of clouds of smoke there, but I'm hearing good cheers. Great drone shot there. There we have it. Welcome back once again. Never tell me the odds. It's good to say that twice, Alice.
Oh my gosh, it sure is. Look at that shot of GS1 on the landing barge. Beautiful landing.
We love it when it hits right in the middle of that feather.
Look at that beautiful shot.
Jacqueline?
Love to see it. Never gets old.
It doesn't. Back home on Earth. Welcome back.
For a second time.
Yeah. It's nice to just sit on this for a second, isn't it?
Team Blue's still going.
Yeah. You can see we're using our drones, making sure we get this beautiful shot for you guys. This is shortly the ROV is going to come in and safe the vehicle. "11 minutes into flight, because of course the show isn't over. The booster is back. The GS2 is going to be delivering our payload for AST.
Yeah, the next milestone coming up for GS2 is going to be SECO-1. You should see that here shortly. We'll watch along again on the timeline.
On the bottom of your screen. Yeah, that's coming up at about the 13-minute mark. Now, SECO-1 stands for second stage engine cutoff number 1. The upper stage finishes its first burn and starts coasting.
And then about an hour and 10 minutes after flight, after liftoff, SECO-1, which is the second engine cutoff, again, for the second time, but a shorter burn. That burn finds you in orbit.
That is for our AST customer, the Bluebird 7 satellite. Big shout out to our friends at AST who are tuning in today. Never tell me the odds. A perfect name if you ask me. Hey, Team Blue, we hear you. It's the best part of being here, Alice. Team Blue shows up time and time again.
They sure do.
Shouting out.
Early morning.
Early morning. Shout out, of course, to our friends over in Kent, Washington. Extra early for them. Huntsville, Alabama. West Texas over at Launch Site 1. And the home of New Glenn, Rocket Park here in Florida. And our friends who are out at Cars Park as well. Hey, guys. Looking good.
Confirmed. That is the second stage engine cutoff in 1. We just can't get enough of seeing GS1 sitting here on the Jacqueline.
So we have to talk a little bit more, as we mentioned, about what is coming up. So we just passed SECO-1, and then in about an hour and 10 minutes into flight, we'll have SECO-2. That is the second stage engine cutoff, again, after a shorter second burn that fine-tunes the orbit.
And then finally, an hour and 15 minutes and 44 seconds to be exact into flight, the AST Bluebird 7 satellite separates from the second stage, and that's the moment we officially deliver our customer payload to orbit.
Yeah, and of course, bringing back Never Tell Me the Odds is a huge deal for us here, but the mission isn't quite over. Those are the milestones that do still lie ahead. We've got a drone shot there, of course, Jacqueline, and the booster Never Tell Me the Odds, but it's been a great day to be a part of Team Blue. If you want to, you can follow the progress of what's happening with our payload on social media as the flight is progressing.
But before we let you go, if you like what you saw and you want to be part of Team Blue, we are hiring folks. And if you like what we're wearing, we are certainly selling it. And if you want the mission pack, you can find it, all of it, on blueorigin.com, including the Estes rocket here that supports our nonprofit Club for the Future.
Yeah, we've got to give a big shout out to Club for the Future. We